Today we're looking at 10 easy 1000 Gamerscore games on Game Pass that you'll actually want to play. I don't just mean quick afternoon completions, I mean great accessible games with zero skill walls and stress-free achievement tracks, whether they take 2 hours or 20. And if you're looking for even more recommendations when we're done, make sure to check out the other video linked at the end. Let's jump straight into game number 1. First up is Inside, a game we actually have coming up on the channel very soon. The world building in this game is absolutely brilliant, and while I won't spoil anything, the final act is something you just have to experience for yourself. If you know, you know. At its core, it's a dark cinematic puzzle platformer where you control a young boy navigating a dystopian facility, solving environmental puzzles and dodging deadly hazards to survive. From an achievement perspective, it's completely stress-free. You can play through the entire story blind without worrying about missing anything. Once you roll credits, the level select makes mopping up the hidden secret orbs an absolute breeze. You'll likely need a quick guide to locate a few of the trickier ones, but it's a fast, easy Gamerscore that won't take you long at all. Next up is Bollocks Pit, a title you might remember blowing up late last year. The developers have actually updated the game recently, and while there are no new achievements attached, the gameplay loop is as ridiculously addictive as ever. At first glance, it starts off with a bit of a challenge, but as you unlock upgrades, the scaling kicks in and the game becomes a total cakewalk. You'll lose track of hours without even realizing it. The reason it earns a spot on an easy list, despite being a longer completion, is how effortlessly you can trivialize it. In fact, if you want to completely cheese the grind, you can use one of the unlockable characters to run the game automatically while you watch a show or do something else. Game number 3 takes us back to absolute retro royalty with Quake 2. Growing up, I just remember Quake being this huge, groundbreaking deal in gaming, so having this incredible remaster on Xbox is brilliant. It's a fast-paced classic shooter where you're blasting through industrial alien corridors, and Night Dive Studios did an amazing job bringing it up to modern standards with butter-smooth performance. When it comes to walking away with the full 100%, it couldn't be more forgiving. You can unlock every single achievement right on easy difficulty without any penalty, letting you run and gun through the campaign at your own pace. Moving on to game number 4, we have Keeper, a wonderfully quirky title published by Double Fine. If you enjoy unique art styles and eccentric storytelling, this is a total gem. With Double Fine moving on from Xbox and going independent again, this is definitely one of those Game Pass titles you'll want to jump into sooner rather than later while it's sitting in the library. As far as clearing the list goes, it's a very accessible, low-stress journey that lets you soak in the weird atmosphere without any grueling mechanics or heavy punishment getting in your way. Taking the middle spot at number 5 is the original Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster. If you've never played it, this is a fantastic look at where one of gaming's biggest RPG franchises actually started, all wrapped up in a sleek modern package. Now, classic 80s RPGs are known for heavy grinding, but Square built in official boost toggles that completely changed the game. You can turn on 4x EXP, 4x skill and auto battles to breeze through combat without the headache. The only real hurdle on the list is filling out the bestiary, which relies on a rare low percentage random encounter in the final area. It might take a bit of waiting around for that specific enemy to spawn, but with boost features carrying the heavy lifting, it's a very straightforward list to wrap up. At number 6 we have the Gunk, a colourful sci-fi adventure where you explore an alien planet and clear out a toxic slime infestation using a giant vacuum glove. If you check an achievement guide before jumping in, you'll see right away how smooth this completion is. The gameplay loop of hoovering up Gunk and watching the environment spring back to life is super satisfying, and the combat stays very forgiving throughout. It's a linear story driven game with a straightforward upgrade path, so as long as you keep an eye out for resource scans along the way, you can easily knock out the full list in a couple of quick sessions. Coming in at number 7 is Tales of Kenzera Zayu, a sleek, fast-paced action platformer that serves as a fantastic, simple introduction to the Metroidvania genre. Now, on paper, this might actually be one of the trickier titles on this list because of a couple of specific moments, mainly an escape sequence and a few tight platforming challenges, but don't let that put you off. Overall, it's not overly difficult because you can play through the entire game on easy difficulty. The combat stays very manageable, the map design is clean and easy to navigate, and wrapping up the full completion doesn't require the crazy backtrack grind you usually see in this genre. Number 8 brings us to Child of Light, and honestly I really wish Ubisoft would go back to making more of these unique UbiArt games. It's a gorgeous fairy tale inspired RPG with an active turn-based combat system, and if you've always wanted to try the genre, this is a much more forgiving, gentle entry point compared to something like Final Fantasy. The timeline mechanic keeps battles dynamic without feeling overwhelming. The art style is stunning, and from a completion standpoint, it's completely stress-free. There are no missables to stress over, letting you just enjoy the story and wrap up the full list naturally. Coming in at number 9 is Dredge, a game that sits with ridiculously high ratings across the board for good reason. At its heart, it's a total chill-out game where you pilot a little fishing trawler, catch fish, sell your haul, and upgrade your boat. There's an underlying cosmic horror atmosphere, and apparently the story gets really good as you piece together the mystery of the archipelago. It makes for a fantastic completion because the progression loop is so clear and rewarding. You just take your time filling out your encyclopedia and upgrading your gear, making it a very relaxed, hassle-free list to work through. Closing out our list at number 10 is Control Ultimate Edition. Now, I have opinions on Remedy games that people probably won't like. I think they're pretty overhyped and they rarely sell well. They feel like a studio that would have been a perfect first-party acquisition back in the day. A lot of people love these games though. In fact, Remedy fanboys are a bit like vegans. You don't even have to ask, they'll just tell you all about it. Jokes aside, if you want a big title with extra score attached thanks to the included DLCs, this is a massive win, and the real selling point here is the built-in assist mode. You tweak health regen, crank up damage, or turn on full invincibility and one-hit kills in the options menu. None of it disables achievements, letting you sail through the entire game and swallow up every single point with zero hassle. And that wraps up our 10 easy games you'll actually want to play. If you're looking for even more recommendations to add to your list, make sure to check out the video on screen right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.